and mystics and teachers have been promoting this for eons. Science is just now catching up. They're just now stepping into that realm. And so we know that when we look at the mystical teachings, the mythology that has been going on, all of the forms of spiritual practice that have been taught and facilitated throughout the centuries, that there is a truth in there, that there is only one life, and that each of us is a part of that life. And that life, in and of itself, is evolving. And it's evolving in some way a magnificent and extraordinary experience. And it has moved into this level that is an awareness, a consciousness, that each of us wakes up in the morning and realizes that I am. I look in the mirror and I realize I am. I am somebody. I am a part of something. I am aware that I have an awareness that I'm aware of my awareness. See how simple it is? We are unique in that way of being human beings, is that we have this awareness that we are unique. We get this, we realize this, we awaken to this at about age 2, when we all of a sudden realize that we are somebody. And so our first step into this freedom of being somebody, of being an I am, is to learn the word no. If you notice that, 2-year-olds, they're very good at this. No. They now have a realization that there's a power within them that they have available to them, that they can actually defy that authority that stands out there that wants them to do something else. And we carry that into our adulthood. No. But we've learned to be a little bit more compassionate about it. We've learned to be a little bit more social about it. You know, it looks kind of like resistance. Sometimes it looks like whining, you know. Sometimes it looks like they just walk out. But it's the same thing. I know that I am, and so I have the power and the presence within me to say no. And isn't it amazing how many people in the world are moving along in this experience in the frustration and in the distress and in the anxiety of being in the world because they're not willing to step up and recognize that they have the power and the presence within them. And so we condition ourselves into this. Our educational system conditions us into this. Our families and our friends and our social culture conditions us to be this way. Do not say no. What's that about? You know? Understand who you are. Make choices that are important for you, and choose to live your life to the fullest expression and experience that you know how to do. And there's no finer example of an individual who lived her life fully in that way that she was going to do, and that was Virginia. If you knew Virginia, she was going to live her life the way that she wanted to live it. And she was going to make the choice of when she was going to transition out of this the way she wanted to do it, and she did it. That's the power and the presence. That's the awareness of what it means to be alive fully. Psychology wants to tell us that most of us are afraid of death. Marianne Williams had a great story about this, and basically says something to the effect, most of us are afraid to be alive. Most of us are afraid of what we might become if we really took the step to become that which we are designed by the very nature and the essence of who we are. Spiritual beings, infinite, immortal, absolute, whole, perfect, and complete. You imagine what your world would be like if you walked out of here today and you began to operate in a way that says, I am. As long as they didn't lock you up, you could transform your world. So maybe you don't do it in a way that's quite as bold as that. Or maybe you do, I don't know. I like to try it every now and then. Stand out in a way and say, I am. I'm not following that path. It's a well-worn path. Many people have been down that path for centuries, and they still haven't gotten anywhere. Why would I want to follow that? Why would I want to go down that road? Emerson says, don't follow the path that's well-worn. Make a new path and cut away for others that may follow. Discover something new. Discover some talent about yourself. And the way that we do this is in an awareness. It's in consciousness. Consciousness. That idea that you know that you know that you know. That you are aware that you are somebody. That you are important. That you are vital and critical to the whole operation of this universe. The universe would not be complete without you. The universe is not complete unless you fulfill all that you are meant to do and be and become. It's by no accident that when somebody exits our life, our arena, by whatever means, divorce, or they quit the job, or they move across country, or they make their transition into the next realm, however it is, and we begin to feel a loss because we have separated ourselves from the wholeness of the universe, and we now think that there's a hole in the universe, that there's something missing, that the part has gone. It's been lost someplace. Nothing is ever lost in the universe. It may be someplace else, but it's never lost. In the mind of God, it is always whole, perfect, and complete. If you can begin to grasp that, if you can begin to understand that you are never lost, so you don't have to be saved. Do you get that? You don't have to be saved. You are not lost. You may have forgotten. In our song in the beginning, we say, will you remember when I forget? Because so often we do. We get caught up in our humanness and we forget that we are important and vital to the universe. That our very presence is necessary. That we are here because Spirit had an idea. Spirit's mind, in that absolute way of knowing that it wanted to have an expression and an experience, and realize that it's all powerful, it's unlimited, so the number of expressions and experiences it could have is unlimited. So each and every one of you is unique in that way because Spirit wants to have that experience.